You'd be very surprised as to the amount of people in your building who are environmentally aware and they just need that push.
It is an exercise that brings a certain level of reward, and it foments the very essence of community.
TEA is a nonprofit environmental organization in Toronto, and our vision is a greener city for all, a city that is healthy, equitable, and sustainable. We started the Zero Waste High Rise project about 4 years ago because we wanted to address the challenges of waste in high-rise buildings across Toronto. More than half of Toronto households live in multi-residential buildings. Most buildings have a single garbage chute, and then if residents want to recycle or compost, they have to take their recycling or their organics down to the garage or to the parking lot.
Waste removal is a very high expense for every co-op. We can do much better things with that money.
We heard about a building called Mayfair on the Green, where the staff had come up with this great solution to make it really easy for residents to reduce waste. We really asked ourselves, what can we do to help scale this up?
In the beginning, it was the financial motivation, but later on, everyone realized we are doing a service for the country and for the entire nation, entire world.
A key goal of the project was to really look at what's possible. We know some buildings can do exceptionally well, and we really wanted to share those lessons from model buildings with all the other buildings in Toronto. We organized peer learning opportunities.
We were inspired by what we saw at Mayfair, and we started a reuse it shelf. And it's been very popular with residents. Residents put things on that shelf that are still good for use by other people.
There's no one-size-fits-all solution. It really requires the staff and the residents in that building to look around, think about the challenges they face, think about the opportunities they have, and design their own solution.
We actually have 17 modified units where we have disabled members in various degrees. So to make it more easy on people to dispose of their garbage, we had to come up with creative solutions without redesigning the entire building.
The oil disposal and recycling was one initiative that I saw that I thought would do well here, especially if you're not pouring it down the drain, then it's saving the co-op money.
The main thing we did is education. Education, education, education. We have bulletin boards, we write it in our newsletter, we have sorting activities.
A lot of buildings added new recycling services for batteries, electronic waste, and hazardous waste to keep those things out of the garbage. And then, even more dramatic changes like adding an organics chute.
I think another important factor, not just the financial or the environmental one, is that the community has organized itself and has learned about waste reduction itself. So the process of education has been amazing.
And now we have much more recycling. It's not in our garbage, and our organics are not in our garbage. They actually go into the organic bin.
It's not enough to have a policy that says that you are supposed to be sustainable or that you should care for the environment, but you really need the guidance.
Without TEA, we might never have done it. They had all the resources in place.
Their involvement was critical and crucial from day one. We wouldn't have gotten this off the ground if we didn't have their support. Our team has really made an impact. We've made members in the building more aware of what's necessary in terms of protecting the environment.
They reduced waste, they created cleaner buildings, they saved money, and they created a greater sense of community.
I'm always thinking that because of one little thought has sparked a big movement.
And I really advise every manager just to try it and find their own ways, how they can make a little bit of impact.
It behooves us all to do what we can to make sure that we minimize our effect on the earth. So it feels really good when you're able to do that as a building, as a community.